Hey, what is up, people? Welcome back to the Odd Not Couple. It's been a little while, but we're back. Oh,
We're
Allison's
back,
grooving.
baby.
She's feeling the color vibes, the color therapy going on in her like hot pink, hot purple mauve room. It's vibing on
True.
this Saturday morning.
Listen, it's Saturday. You're in my kitchen. I'm drinking coffee. It's going to be great.
Yeah, she's gonna whip us up a nice Southwest omelet here, and maybe some lox, maybe a nice Jewish breakfast.
I'm more of a pure protein gal in the morning before my workout. So,
Pure protein girl. Like what?
yeah,
You
we
just shaking eggs?
got your power coffee right here with 2 scoops of protein powder, babies.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Then what about the meal? So it's 2 scoops of protein in the coffee, and then what is that? Some eggs, some oatmeal. What's it look like?
No. Before the gym, this is it, and your supplements. Yeah,
So
because you don't
no,
want
not
you
even like
just
a
want
little bite of granola.
no. You're no. You got to go hard or go home. In my theory, like it's for me. There's no, you go all in, it's not like a little bite of this, a little nibble. That's the nibbles are what gets you. You know what I mean?
You gotta go all in here. You gotta go
Gotta
all in.
go in like a fighter, man.
You
Every
gotta go.
morning.
I like it. I like.
Do you have a big breakfast? Is that your MO?
No, oh no. I feel like I only have big breakfasts on the weekend because, like, my wife, she wakes up hungry. I tend to kind of wake up not so hungry. It takes me a little while for my hunger to kind of like turn on in the morning.
Interesting.
So I like a nice small to medium breakfast. But then on the weekends, sometimes I find myself just like, let's get a big breakfast, and we're having like dim sum.
Wow, I love dim sum.
Oh, I love dim sum. On the East Coast, dim sum's not really as big of a thing, and so finally out here, I've been able to have a lot more dim sum and enjoy it.
It's the only time it's acceptable to eat just spare ribs right at 9 a.m. You're like, yeah, get them in.
Yeah, you have a nice baked bun and some bread and some barbecued meat on the inside.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oof, barbecue meat.
exactly. Let's get into we're kind of trying to refocus the show a little bit. We're trying to be a little better with our podcasting. This is something.
Streamlined into entertainment land.
Well, yeah, with our segmenting, this is something all podcasts go through when they first start out. We're still very, very new. Is you just you're trying to have fun, but you're trying to figure out how to keep it professional and streamlined for the people so they know what they're getting. You know what I
For
mean?
the people.
It's for the people.
For the people.
Yes. Let's before we get into our first segment, let's just finish up our little wrap up. You got any interesting stories or anything that happened to you in the weekends since we've last talked, or weeks since we've last talked? Anything?
Let's see. I mean, I went to Italy, which is why there was a break.
That's right.
That was very fantastic. I'm currently painting my apartment, so that is also fun.
Do you want to shout out to the painters, or you want to wait to see till the job is finished before you shout them
Which
out?
is because I painted this. So
Okay.
so like part of me was like, oh, I should just do the rest of my apartment myself. But then I was like, no. But
Yeah, you got to call like at least 5 friends over if you're going to do that. At least.
I mean, I actually found it really like satisfying to do the paint job myself just because it's something I feel like we don't do home improvement ourselves. I think it's very like that that rack I put up myself.
Nice.
It's
There you
held
go.
you guys, so.
Golf clap, golf clap.
I mean, I built my own bed frame.
Without the instructions.
No, you need instructions, but like I drilled and did the whole thing myself. So
Oh.
like women doing home improvement, new niche. I don't know, new niche.
Uniche.
Niche. Put it on the resume, baby. She's a home builder. She's a
Uniche.
DIYer.
Uniche sounds like a Gin Alpha name.
It does. Oh, just call me Uniche.
Yeah. Uniche
Instead
Johnson.
of instead of
Uniche
Uniche,
Miller.
New York, it's Uniche, New York.
Yeah. It's Uniche, New York. Uniche, New York. Uniche, New York.
We're obviously both vocal warm up people that we knew exactly what I was talking about.
I love a vocal warm up.
Who
Love,
doesn't love a vocal warm up?
love a vocal warm up.
People who don't do vocal warm ups are really missing out. I mean, the tongue, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. You know what I mean? It's really.
It's true. I love a little butter 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 butter, right?
That was to me was always the worst. Where it's like, find your mask, and you're like, it's like you look ridiculous.
Have you ever seen the absolutely? Have you ever seen many Kevin Smith movies?
Yes.
Have you seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
No.
It's probably the silliest one. It's like the one that's like just a straight comedy, goofy bro comedy. But
Yeah.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's cameo is they're doing a sequel to Good Will Hunting, and
That's
it's called Good Will Hunting. Hunting season. It's an action movie. You know, like killing people. And their vocal warm up is like lion face, lemon face, lion face, lemon face.
That's a real thing. Big face, little face, big face, little face. I did that where it was like little food, egg face. Oh, terrifying.
So that one always cracked me up because we didn't. I'd never done that one, so that was a funny
It's
one
to
for me.
stretch. It's to stretch your facial muscles.
Just stretch, just stretch.
I feel like a lot of actors today don't know what vocal warm-ups are. Like, unless they go to drama school, like, do people teach that?
It's definitely not being taught like if you just take a commercial class.
Yeah.
My last scene study, my last scene study we definitely did a full body and vocal warm up, which was great at
We call that breath
Berg
the
Studios.
vocal.
Yeah,
Yeah, breath and vocal.
breath and vocal. I really enjoyed my instructors. I feel like I always enjoy my. Actually, you know what? I feel like also all of my acting coaches have been women, and I love it. Actually, I didn't realize until just now.
Interesting. All of my acting coaches have been men.
Only man has been my commercial actor, which has been Killian. Killian, amazing commercial actor workshop.
Shout out to Killian's workshop. If you guys need to get a good workshop in, Killian's is where to go. You'll cry, you'll learn, you'll get better. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so awesome. Shout out to Killian and his husband too, Urian. Urian and I were actually. It was so cool. We were in class together as they were like linking up, becoming a couple. And Urian and I just, since we're both black, obviously became the black actor kind of, friendship. And Urian, I miss you. Shout out to Urian.
You sounds like we need to get together, you guys.
Yeah, I did like a music video with him and some of his friends. Um, yeah, it was cool. You know, those early networking vibes when you get to LA.
What was I going to say? Let's talk about you. Any fun little updates?
Nothing too crazy fun outside of acting. I just, I got my jersey on here. It's game day. I'm the Premier League and European soccer is back in full effect. So I'm just like, I'm excited. Since if the summer's going to have to end, it's okay if football comes back. Soccer, world football, not American football. Get out of here with that.
Get out of
Uh,
here.
get out of here with that ruffian stuff. You brutes, barbarians.
Speaking of sports, Cubs are going against the Brewers starting tonight. Will we make
Ooh,
it to the World Series again? Big deal for this girl right here.
there you go. There you go. Hey, Chicago. Hey,
Chi-Town love, baby.
the
Chi-Town.
Cubs. Nice, nice. Well, let's move it
Can
on.
we
That
do?
was a nice little introductory segment there.
I think so.
I think so. I think we got our 10-minute type quote in. Let's move on to segment number one.
Oh my gosh, there's so much that has happened this week in entertainment stuff.
Yes, guys. So first segment here, we're doing entertainment news, and this is a great week to come back with some entertainment news
Beep,
because
beep, 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 beep,
I
beep, beep.
know I wish we had like a little
Like a banner at the bottom where it's like news, news, news.
entertainment news today, guys. We
Great
have one big story, actually two stories. First story is we want to congratulate. We want to give a here. We want to give an attaboy.
Sean Astin.
Exactly, Mr. Sean Astin, a man who's been doing it since he was, gosh, 10, 12.
Rudy. Rudy.
When did he?
Rudy.
How old was he in the Goonies? Was he like 13 in the Goonies?
Goonies, I believe he was 11.
Yeah.
We can
Okay. So since he was
let's
11, so
let's fact check that. Let's fact check it.
yeah, Alice is going to fact check that. Sean Astin, one of those guys. He's the quintessential nice guy, down to earth.
Have you ever met him, by the way?
No, I really want to.
I've met him.
I would love to.
Super lovely human.
Yeah, he just became the SAG president, everyone. That's why we're shouting out to him. He's exactly the type of president that SAG needs. He's the type of person who he's come up through the business. He's going to understand how the business is evolving, especially from someone who came in the 80s, who's seen it through the 90s, the early 2000s to now. Um, he's a progressive person who understands diversity, inclusion. He understands women's role in Hollywood. He understands that as actors, we have to stay together and really work within the confines of a union and fight against all the the tyranny and things that are going to happen, because unfortunately as actors we are workers, we're factory workers. Like, you forget most of the actors you see on screen are not the superstars. You have the background, you have the people, all these other people who
In
create
order to make
shows.
movies happen, there are multiple unions that are involved in production. So you may see your A-listers, but those A-listers are supported by your costume guild, your lighting, your sound, director, writer, back. Like there's like it's insane the amount of guilds that go into, and the SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, is just one of those guilds. And a guild, it means, what is the definition of guild? Like,
It's just definition of club, league, group.
yeah, but it's like a group of people who work towards the same goal, right?
Similar skills, similar goals,
Yeah.
similar wants and needs. You
So
know?
we as screen actors are part of this guild, and it's like we've got to stick together because there's a lot of stuff that's coming up right now that's really scary.
Yeah, and this is going to segue nicely into our other topic. Um, but
He was 14, by the way.
oh, he was 14. Okay, yeah. So still, he's one of those guys like Jason Bateman, where they've been just in the thicks and throes of the business. They were on like Tiger Beat magazine. They've come all the way up through to now, and to have that kind of lineage, experience, and someone who gets that we're all in this together is just great. Coming off the heels of Fran Drescher, she was also good. Um,
I mean,
there's ups and downs, but we couldn't
we're
trust we
talking
had somebody worse, right?
yeah, I mean, Sean Astin is definitely the working actor's friend kind of a thing. So I'm
Oh
very
yeah,
excited.
yeah, definitely. It's good things to come. They've already started putting out some good statements, and so Sean, we are rooting for you. We hope you can do some big things.
Team
You know,
U, man.
yeah, definitely get us all more money. No,
Help us.
give me better health care.
Oof. I've never qualified for SAG healthcare. Have
No, I
you?
don't. No, I never. I'm just still eligible too. I haven't made the full jump over yet, but that's another story. Let's move right in from SAG, which is this is great, guys. So, Sean, we love you. We're excited, rooting for you. But the big story in Hollywood this week is AI and the AI takeover, Allison.
Lee Norwood, baby.
Oh, Tilly Norwood. Let's talk about darn Tilly Norwood here. I've got an article here from Variety.
I read this article. Yeah, continue.
Well, this is multiple. This is the one titled "Does Tilly Norwood Need a Publicist?" The AI actress is not available yet to speak, but everyone wants an interview. Did you read that one?
No, but okay, then I have other things. Go ahead. You
Oh no,
first.
there's so many articles. This is
Yeah.
great. We're going to bounce back and forth, and they've got a picture of Tilly here for you all who maybe haven't seen Tilly. Oh, that's my tab.
Let's clarify that. Everybody, you can go to your Instagram. Tilly Norwood has her own Instagram account under Tilly Norwood. Okay? And it says under there, aspiring actress. Already I'm dead.
Wild. So I didn't know this, but she made her entrance during the Zurich Film Festival presentation. It says the AI generated actress who is on her own way to becoming a household name despite only appearing in a 2-minute comedy sketch hasn't even yet conducted an interview. She's not able to fully speak. It's Variety has asked and was told by a publicist for Particle 6, the company that created her, that Tilly's not available to speak at the present. So she's not even able to have an AI conversation.
I mean, can all actors really have a full-fledged conversation? Questionable.
I know, right? It says SAG-AFTRA President Sean Astin is vowing to address the phenomenon with agents. The AI creation is a reality that Hollywood publicists are beginning to contemplate seriously, which is just like crazy. Now, this is what one publicist said. Uh, a publicist with A-list clients says she would be open to taking on an AI actor as a client. This is their quote. It's so crazy, but I have to look at the situation into AI like the shift into social media, says the publicist. I remember when social media began to boom, no one wanted to represent social media influencers. But now, most of the biggest names in the industry come from having strong social media following. Seeing that shift makes me feel like the future will include representing AI focused talent as well. Another high profile publicist scoffed at the pearl clutching when it came to Tilly. So this person scoffed at people getting upset. Says representation isn't about whether a client is human or AI. It's about positioning, safeguarding, reputation, and ensuring the narrative remains true. Huh? She says, as AI becomes increasingly woven into our daily lives, representation for AI figures will become not only common, but essential. At its core, the role is the same: protecting the message, preserving the brand, and building a career, human or artificial, with integrity.
I mean,
Okay, so what are your thoughts just on already publicists are like, we'd love to represent her?
because they'd love to represent the Huck to a girl. Do you know what I mean? Like publicists are like, anywhere I can make a quick, they're gonna ride a fire as soon as they can. And once the fire goes out, it's not like they have a contingency plan. Do you know what I mean? Publicists will jump on a hot topic. It's like as fast as they can, as fast as they can make money out of it because they know that she's gonna be nothing in like a month. You know what I mean? If they But right now, when everyone's talking about it and there's tons of controversy, now they can be like, hey, Pepsi, do you want to make a multi-million-dollar commercial with Tilly Norwood? We're her publicist. Because how could Tilly even choose a publicist? She's not an independently thinking entity, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like,
Like the Haktua girl had like a decision to make. Do you know what I mean?
I'm
Tilly's
so
like,
glad you brought up Paktua because where is she now? I haven't heard a thing about her in 6 months.
oh, so funny you should say that. Did you not see this new thing where this actress was replaced by the Haktua girl in like, yes. Let me see if I can find that.
In a
Hang on.
show, in
In a
a
show.
pilot,
Not a pilot, but hang on.
she doesn't have any experience. Does she know what
Hang
she's
on.
doing?
Watch this. Oh, sorry. Hang on. I had this queued up because it was kind of related.
Send it to me. I can. What is it saying?
She was replaced by the Haktua girl in her scene.
No, this is literally my scene. I was fine. All right,
But she didn't know.
She invited all of her friends over.
Why wouldn't her agents or manager? No one told her. They don't. They don't. I thought they usually tell you.
Watch, here it comes. She wasn't. She wasn't even there during the taping.
Holy cow! Why they replace her with the Hawk Tour girl?
Why? Because it's free press. What do you mean? You know how like could you imagine you're sitting on your sofa and you've invited all of your friends over, you're like, this was my big break, you guys, and they replace you with like a TikTok person? I would be devastated.
Devastation.
Devastated.
That is crazy, guys.
Crazy.
It's crazy for so many levels, and also number one, because it was just like a passing role. It was just a day player role, right?
Right. But or
So
it was like billed as a guest star, who knows?
number one, why didn't they just cast Hawk Tour to start with? Because it's just a day player role. Number one. Number two,
Maybe there was a scheduling conflict between the shoot dates and whatever publicity event she had to go to. I don't know.
oh my gosh, that's crazy, 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 crazy.
Crazy. I mean,
It just shows you that this is exactly why we highlighted Sean Astin and the and SAG and understanding that you need unions, guys, because if you don't have collective bargaining and people at the same level understanding that we are fighting the people above us, which are the bosses, the owners, the studio heads, the executives, who they very quickly, once you get into those positions, you forget that there are people who create and work and they're on movies. You forget that there's human beings, and you just start to see dollar signs and consumers. And
You,
when you do
ex-
that,
yeah.
you've totally succumb to just being a greed monger. And you forget that you have to work with people to create these things. And you're just always thinking about more, 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 more money, 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 money. How come and that's how you get in these things of, well, we need AI actresses and we should represent them. And that nobody really wants that. The consumers don't want that.
No.
It just, it's dumb. Money will always be made. Like, we're in an era of where we're trying to understand that there's profits, then there's profits, then there's profits. Profits don't have to be $5 trillion every year. You know what I mean?
I guess it becomes the question of, I guess like the essential question is why do you watch actors, right? Like you watch actors because they are experiencing the human experience in front of you, vulnerable, available to you. If you think that you're going to get those kind of processes from a generated computer system, I mean, I think that's like the question is like, do you think that's enough? Do you feel like that's enough of a human experience for you to connect and have it like reflect your own life as to like, are you going to connect with a computer the same way you connect with another human being? I think is the question at the end of the day.
Very much so. You have to remember these things are being trained on other performances and other actors and actresses.
Without their knowledge.
I mean, that's, if you want to break it down, that's kind of like what a person is. We all grew up watching people, and we obviously take those things in, but it then gets filtered through my own experience and my own
Right.
personal being.
I mean, you could program AI to have a life history and have it filter it through their life history. I mean, you can do that.
Yeah. But then you're still getting into that was all still artificially created. Like, our experience were things that happened to us and that we created from our just walking around and moving. And sometimes things were circumstantial. We had no control over the things that happened to us, and that becomes part of our life. And that's the beauty of acting, is understanding that personal connection. And when we try, this whole thing about bringing AI actors in is all for the speed of creation, right? Like, they're not bringing Tilly in because they saw some wonderful performance. They're thinking about speed and quickness and how fast they can get Tilly movies and things and products out. And what's the rush?
I agree. I feel like I'd rather watch a movie in the past that's been crafted well than watch a new movie that has no original idea, made with computers, generated by computers. It's like, I don't know. It feels
Think about it this way: Tilly could literally be working on 5 movies at one time,
100%.
because it's a root program that you would send a file to someone, and you could have that same file sent out to 6 different movies at one time.
Yeah.
And she's literally in being 6 movies being made in 1 year. And it's all for speed and money. It's the only reason they're doing this. They're not doing this for
By the way,
creativity. They're not doing
if
this
anyone
to,
wants to give me new pots or pans, then
yeah,
give me an upgrade.
yeah. She's become a pot or a pan. Is that what you said? I didn't hear the last part of it.
Like if someone could generate me some new pots and pans,
Oh yeah,
that would be good.
right.
I mean,
Oh man.
oh boy.
Thought, Final thoughts on Tilly, and what do you think we need to do to combat this as
I mean, let's
actors?
put it out there. How would you as an actor feel about acting alongside an AI entity?
I wouldn't want to do it
But you'd be
personally.
okay with acting with a robot.
What do you mean by a robot? Like a fully autonomous physical
Well,
being?
I guess you could have the argument of like if you've ever had to act with a not another human, but like a prop that has been created for you,
Yeah,
is that the same as acting with an AI?
that's a good question. That's a very
I
good
don't know.
question.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Typically, what you're talking about would be some kind of fill-in for some actor who's going to be actually voicing something later.
That
You
is
know
true.
what
I
I
mean,
mean? Like a
you and I
real
have both been
person.
on, yeah, you and I have both been on set where we haven't acted with another person.
Yeah, like, well, I had to be. Yeah,
Had to act
exactly.
with like a tennis ball, you know?
Well, yeah, like that. They had a character Bluey was on set with us, but Bluey is digital.
Right.
Man, these types of questions are good questions, and but those things I consider more props. There's more props. They're more of studio dressing, costuming. Because especially when you're talking about big budget movies, that things where they're going to be using CGI or people might be mocap, and it's another actor mocapped or a puppeteer, people who created something and then it'll be voiced over later. You might even have some of the voiceover now on set with you. Um,
I
So
mean,
those are
I,
still that tricks of the trade. We're talking about literally the whole performance from top to bottom is from the algorithm and from a programmer. You know what I mean? And so,
it's
and then
wild.
we also get into the thing. It's so much like, does Tilly age? Tilly,
Did
Tilly
Tilly
is,
get pregnant? Does she date?
yeah, Tilly is also of a certain ethnicity too.
No, she's not supposed to be ethnic.
No, she's of a certain ethnicity. I said,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, we get into like, okay, well, and the publicists are talking about representation. Representing what? AI white women? Like,
Yeah, great.
yeah, let's start taking jobs from all the other women who need work now.
I mean, it's like Tilly can send in a self tape the way that I can send in a self tape.
Yeah, it was programmed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well,
All
any
right,
final
well,
thoughts before we move on from Tilly?
I wish her luck. I hope she handles rejection well. This industry is tough. Not every part is your part, Tilly, going into this game, like understand that you are special and however Tilly feels about themselves. So just really own who you are, Tilly.
There you go.
Do any parting words for Tilly?
That was more positive than I was expecting. My words for Tilly are: go back and check your firmware.
Check firmware.
Yeah, bitch. Check that firmware and see if it's up to date. God damn it.
Not looking so firm, Tilly.
I'm sure we're going to have to come back to this again, but those are opening thoughts. See, that's how people, how we feel.
If you guys want to act with AI, like get in there, man. Now's your time.
Get in there. Oh yeah,
Get in there. We'll
yeah.
talk about this. All right, moving on.
Moving on. Segment number 2: the audition and booking update.
Ugh, you go first. You've got some delicious stories happening right now.
Well, okay. So since our last show, I think I talked about I was in Denver a long time ago over the summer. I did Denver. But gosh, since it's been slow, man, it has been super slow. I've had a couple of avails. I had an avail for Carvana, which was supposed to have, I think they like shot it like yesterday. So I don't think I didn't book that one.
Do your agents not tell you when you've been released?
I asked them to a long time ago, and Grace was very good about sending me the releases. But I haven't heard from Greg. Garrett sometimes will, but I haven't heard this. Greg didn't send me a release, so.
Boy,
But I think it's been slow because of the holidays, possibly.
what holidays?
Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. That's just what I think. I think it's been a little slow because of that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I have a hand model audition I got to prep for tonight. I got to cut off my calluses just to show some Yeah, you just go in there and you snip them off. You cut them off there, file them down a little bit, and they're nice and smooth. Yeah, all you take is the little the cubicle clipper things. Cubicle, cuticle, your cuticle, and you get in there, and you start snipping off that old skin. No, it's completely painless because this is all dry and hard. And then I have this little file that I just take over and
Why don't you go get a manicure, bro?
they do the same thing at the manicure shop. It's just free here.
Hey.
So yeah, that has been a little slow for me. The theatrical realm too has been slow. Gosh, yeah, nothing on the theatrical side either, man. I need some new stuff. I need some things to start popping here. This is one of those little lulls we have where things get slow and they come back up. Oh, I did go. So the director that I worked with on for the spot in Denver, which was the financial product, which you'll see during the Winter Olympics, he called me up and wanted to do a little, have me help out on a project he's been doing actually for a few years. Him and his buddy have been shooting like this kind of comedy little
What were you
brief.
looking back there for?
Oh, my wife just came in, so I heard the door open. I was like, huh?
I was like, is this porn?
Yeah, I know. I did a little Sylvester Stallone spot. He's doing like this little comedy sketch thing. It's where this guy, it's like an '80s camera inside of a briefcase little thing. It's a whole little shtick thing. But I was in that with him, so that was kind of fun.
Fun.
And I need to do a little ADR also for that spot too. So that's been about it for me. Been kind of quiet.
Hey, you had a commercial come out though. Your Amex commercial came out.
Oh yeah, that was. It's kind of been out.
We can talk about
Luckily, yeah, I was able to repost it. Stylist on there, she had a nice like full length cut of it that she posted, and I had been following her. I was like, oh shit! So I just reposted that little Amex spot. The Amex spot that I had to shave again. I had to shave my hair down to here for that spot. The producer wanted me to have nice hands, so yeah, that one I was hairless. And so anytime you see the fingers pushing and the thumb, that's all me, my hairless hands. Rough, very rough, yeah. What about you, young lady? What you been up to for the acting?
So as we all know, I just switched agencies, so that's been like fun.
Yes, we talked about that a little in the last one.
Yes. So they're very they're very different than the previous agency I was with.
Okay.
Um, they want to see all of my auditions before, like, they're way more,
Wow.
which I love,
So they want to curate them, huh?
I mean, they watch everything, which I don't think has happened before. And so it's really interesting to hear their feedback. And anyway, I had a spot that I was on a bail for, and I felt good about it. And then I was released.
Oh.
I had like a same day of bail, which to me signals like the director wanted me.
Yeah, they call you like an hour later, and they're like,
yeah. But then the client, ultimately makes the decision. So it was like I was released, which is fine. But I love explaining it to people outside of the industry. They're like, but why didn't you book it? You were on a veil. And it's like, I was like, yeah, but that just means I did everything I could do. And then it's out of my control. And then they were just like, well, don't you get frustrated? I was like, no, as long as I get to the veil level, I've done everything I can do. And then it's about things that are out of my control. So, sometimes I don't even tell people when I'm on a bail because it's like until I book it, it's too confusing for people.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, the only people I tell I'm on a veil are the missus and my mom, because your mom's like they want to know. Are you still getting auditions? Are you on a veil?
Well, I know if I don't tell my parents that I am auditioning frequently, they think I've given up on my acting, and I'm like, yeah, that's not how this industry works. But bless.
My mom would call and be like, "So are auditions still coming in?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
they're very worried.
3 yesterday.
I have 2 full-time jobs plus my like acting is of course first, but like they never have to worry about me financially, which is nice. Like, do I want to be just acting full time? 100%. But like, let's be real. Like,
Oh yeah.
until that day comes, the hustle is the hustle.
Yep. Yeah.
So I was on a veil. It was a very cute spot. And then I auditioned for had something with like a really quick turnaround. And my agent was like, "Oh my gosh, you were so funny. You have booked this spot." And I was like, "That's so generous." I have not booked the spot. I did not book the spot. But then I had another audition right before Yom Kippur, which was Wednesday, Thursday, and it was due on Friday. And I was like, well, I have to bang this out now. So like I'm like scrambling to get this done before sundown and like trying to eat and like trying to still make synagogue and the whole thing. And I was just like, the universe is amazing. Like the universe is constantly reminding me that I'm supposed to be in this industry. It's like, but for that, I got to pretend that I was pregnant. They were like, first they were like, you are not in this version of the spot of the storyboards they send. And they're like, so you'll be saying these lines, and also the woman will be pregnant. And I'm like, bonus. I was like, not only is this person not in the spot currently, but also I am not pregnant. So do you want to see what I look like pregnant? It was really fun. I think it's really hard for my parents because they're like, "You look great pregnant." I'm like, "It's not happening, team."
Not gonna happen. I just remembered I did have one goof. Oh wow. Oh my gosh.
I feel like that's really
You're like
great.
pregnant with twins there.
She was big. I
She was
mean,
ready.
she was popping.
That was like a 10-month pregnancy.
I mean, it was a little much, but on camera, it's like comedy, you know. It's like always hiding it a little.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's funny, you made me remember a goofy thing for an audition I had to do this past week too. Was I auditioned for some lawyer brand is doing some spot where they're trying to have some kind of comedy around a person like getting hit. And so I initially auditioned for the neighbor across the street, like seeing the person getting hit. And
Yeah.
then a week later, they wanted me to audition for being the person getting hit. And so I had to lay on the ground right here where I auditioned behind me, like contorted in a funny position. And I had to throw out this line like, oh, I just got folded like a pretzel. And then I had to put a pin in my mouth and try to sign the lawyer contract while I was on the ground.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so I was like, if you've ever seen Wolf of Wall Street and Leo DiCaprio when he's crawling out to the car.
Yeah, when he's drugged out of his mind.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to channel.
I was in that movie.
It's right. That's right.
Small role, small role.
Yeah, coming back, callbacks, baby, callbacks.
Callbacks, baby. What was I? A waitress in that movie. Totally perfect.
Yep, yep. His research for that was a YouTube video of a drunk guy trying to get a beer out of a 7-Eleven cooler. Yeah.
Yes. That movie was amazing.
Crazy movie. Have you ever seen the uncut version of how it opens?
No.
The uncut was the first version I saw, like the whole full, like the crazy, I forget what it's called, but the opening scene is him literally snorting coke, like not on a girl's ass cheek, like out of a girl's ass.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, the
Wouldn't you look
first
over your
scene.
Ugh. Ugh.
Now you're not getting like the bird's eye view of it, obviously, but you're getting
You're getting a full cut.
you're getting the, oh, I know exactly what's going on here cut.
Question for you. When you do the comedy stuff and it says for you to improvise, have you ever taken an improv class, first of all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a UCB guy. I've taken 3 UCB class, two, and I was supposed to take one this summer, but I didn't get around to planning it, and so I want to get back into one very quickly. But no, I loved UCB. It's my quick thing. My first UCB class was right at the beginning of the pandemic, literally like the Wednesday everything shut down when we heard Tom Hanks had COVID. The next day I went to UCB, and the doors were all locked and closed. I was like, holy shit. So they transferred us to online like immediately. And then I took the next one like a semester later online also. But yeah, so I need to get back. I haven't actually never finished an in-person UCB class.
You've never done it in person?
I haven't finished it because we started in person, then COVID hit, and they
Yeah.
switched us over, and then so it was middle of COVID for my second one.
Interesting. I get a lot of auditions where it's like improv people because I've had such an improv background,
Mhm.
and I'm always interested because sometimes I go in and some of the people that I get called back with have not taken any improv. And it's very apparent when we get in the room and the director literally is like, "You guys just improv until I cut you off." Have you been in that situation?
Yes, when people they don't realize that improving is 50% listening. It's not just talk, 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 talk.
Yeah.
They don't realize that you gotta plus it, you gotta yes and it, you gotta be with me on the thing.
I'd say every actor should take at least the basics of improv.
Yeah, and also people forget that there are books. I still look at the improv book every now and then, and I'll go and I'll look, and it's a resource. It helps you. There's fundamentals. There are terms. There are things that you can remember. It's an actual field of academia, guys. You can academia anything. You know what I mean? There's people older than us who wear thicker glasses than we do, who wrote it in a book.
Everybody should know the basics of improv and what it means. But I always find to me, it's very apparent when you've never been in an improv arena
Mhm.
and all of a sudden you're at a callback and there is sheer like panic in your eyes. And people will be like, "Can we plan what we're going to do inside of the callback?" And I'm like, "You can. But I don't know what they're going to ask us to do when we get in the room." And they're like, "Well, what are you going to do?" And I'm like, "I have thoughts and I will see." But it's like I mean, I'll have buttons, especially if especially I have buttons. Let's be real. I have buttons before I go in the room. And whether or not I use the buttons, don't know. But I have them ready to go. But
Well, a button is definitely something you want to think about. A button shows that you know where the spot is going, that you
correct.
understand what's being talked about.
One of the things I auditioned for where they wanted you to button at the end, we never got to the end of the copy because the people who I was with didn't know the copy. And so finally, the casting associate was like, "Hey, Allison, if we don't get to the end of the copy, can you just pull it in for me?" And I was like, "You got it." So that's what I did. Because I've been, when you're in the offices enough and they know you, they know that they can depend on you to do that. Whether or not that books you the job, probably not. But like, very helpful for them,
Mhm.
them to know that you know what to do. Therefore, I recommend everybody take at least an improv class. We should teach one for commercials.
Dude, well, here's the thing. People forget when you and I first met, I
Yeah.
was like, Allison, let's just do improv. The two, just you and I do some improv. Just this, and you were like, no, I need.
Personally, don't want to do improv anymore. I understand where the delight comes from. But I've done improv for over 20 years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, unless it was, sorry, someone was calling me. Unless it was like, there's a long history between me and improv, which we can talk about at another point.
yeah.
But
But when we first met, I kept bugging her. I was like, let's just do some improv together. Help me brush up on my skills. And she's like, if you have like two more people, sure.
yes, because me just improvising with you would have been a nightmare. To this day, I stand by that statement. I stand
There's
by it.
drills and little games you can do, little fun things.
Yeah, with a group of people. Improv is not between,
You can
no.
there are totally little games you can play, little fun things you can do, a little warm
Look,
up.
but now we're doing it. Now your dream has come true. We do an improvised podcast.
That's
Dreams
all
come
I
true
wanted. I
for
just wanted
you.
to talk to you more.
I know. I'm that way. People are always like, "Can you just spend some time with me?" I'm like, "No."
But also the funny, I remember you kept wanting to also, you wanted to do, you're like, let's take Marta to dinner. You kept wanting to take Marta to dinner.
Who's Marta?
Remember Marta, Marta, the commercial agent Marta.
But yeah, I liked
I
Marta.
love Marta.
We never wanted we never built that relationship.
Well, Marta's also super busy. She's like you. She's one of those people where she's constantly working. Like she's always on the clock,
I
constantly.
just thought she was really funny and sweet, and
No, she is. She is. I used
I
to
wanted
train
to get to
Marta.
know her better, but to no avail. It wasn't meant to be.
Well, yeah. Now she's off in Atlanta, running the Atlanta faction of Daniel Hoff with
Correct.
Renee, doing
You
big
go, girl.
things. Yeah, she. I mean, she came in and just started going up and up and up and up and up and up and up.
She crushes. Let's be real. She crushes.
I would not be surprised if she is vastly beyond us in the next few years. And she's like, "Hey, you
Like,
guys need real representation now."
who are you?
Yeah,
Do I know you? You look familiar.
I know, right? We're like outside of a red carpet at the Emmys, like Marta.
Before we lose total track of time, let's
Sure.
talk about we're gonna do a section of performances we
Yes,
highly recommend.
yes. I think we have hit segment two. Segment two has been hit.
We've hit it hard.
We've hit it hard. Let's move on. Yes. Do you want to go first in your performance, Tyler, or shall I?
Either way, whatever you would like.
Let's start with me since mine is of a past performance. And
Mine
something
is
people,
very current.
yeah, yours is very current. So yeah, I'm married now.
Yes, you got off the market.
Yes, I'm off the market. I've been off the market for a long time anyway. But I was committed before that. But so my wife has been bugging me for gosh, maybe 3 years to see Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion, and I've never
Actually,
been.
I mean, so rude that you made her wait 3 years. First of all,
No, I've never been opposed to it. It's just one of those things where, like, when we have such a backlog of things to watch. Like, there's so many movies that I've been trying to get her to watch. Like, in our relationship, she saw Back to the Future for the first time. Like a bunch of other classics, just things that were in the zeitgeist that she needed to watch, right? And so finally, we got around to watching Romeo and Michelle. I liked it. I won't say that I loved it. I liked it a lot. Loved it. Like I'm bordering to beginning loving it. But I really, really enjoyed uh, Mira Sorvino's performance because her performance in that movie, it felt so. It felt like an old school performance where someone. It's hard to articulate this, but I kept kind of smiling and noticing things about her performance that just gave me nostalgia of kind of how comedic actors kind of used to approach things that she didn't. This movie is very much a female Dumb and Dumber, right? But it's not as over the top and slapsticky as Dumb and Dumber. It's a little more grounded and you can kind of see the reality in it more than Dumb and Dumber, right? But
yeah,
what Mira does is she comes in with this subtle accent, this kind of subtle Arizona accent. She plays the character in a slightly deeper register.
yes,
She's trying to be, and I saw here, I did a little search. She's actually wanted the character to feel a little bit more like a more masculine and more John Wayne like. That's why she, yeah, developed this kind of thing. And the accent was developed off of her baby sister and her best friend, the kind of the way they used to talk growing up, mixed with that Arizona accent. And for
huh?
me, it just I could tell as an actor that this was something she was trying to put into the performance, and it came across as very effortless.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really resonate with it because Lisa Kudrow wasn't doing much outside of who her kind of the character she was on Friends. She wasn't as dumb as Phoebe, but also not nearly as smart as Phoebe at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So the character's a little bit kind of more parallel to what Phoebe was, but what Mira Sorvino was doing, which I felt was very nuanced, was it carried the weight in those emotional moments at the later half of the movie when she actually has to show some tears and development. I just really enjoyed that performance from her, and it made me also then think, why wasn't this movie a bigger comedic breakout for Mira Sorvino?
Hmm.
I mean, because Lisa Kudrow was already killing it on Friends at the time. Why didn't this movie lead to her getting a couple of pilots and things like that at this time?
Do you
It's
think, I mean, I think the question would probably be for Mira to be like, is that where she wanted to go? Because didn't she did a bunch of really interesting roles after that, I feel.
I mean, she definitely had a career. She's not like she has had to struggle for work after that. But after watching this movie and remembering the time that Lisa Kudrow was just the funny blonde woman of the time, right? And that
Hmm.
movie came out and it was a big hit at the time. I remember seeing all the trailers, but I don't remember that movie taking her to maybe the place that it should have. Because like Dumb and Dumber for Jim Carrey, and that movie was, it continued to cement that Jim Carrey was this comedic superstar, and it showed people that I forget his co-star that he was hilarious in comedies, that he just a total complete actor because he was in a lot of dramas before that. And so why
So you're
didn't
saying, are you asking like why didn't Mira Sorvino have this be like her breakout comedy
yeah
moment? I think she didn't want to do those kind of films because you look at like her film history, like she did do a lot of comedy. Like she did Mighty Aphrodite before this. And then I'm just looking at her. She did The Replacement Killers.
that was before this also, right?
That was after Romy and Michelle.
And that's her and is that Chow Yun Fat?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chow Yun Fat. So
I
good.
feel like she didn't want to do those kinds of movies. I feel like she could have 100% picked what kind of movie she wanted to do.
So you think it was she didn't take her career in that direction kind of thing?
Because, like, I don't remember her doing any more major comedies after that. Do you?
Well, that's my thing because she said she had a lot of fun on set, and her and Kudrow really hit it off in their chemistry, and you can tell it's a fun role they had playing it. So I don't know. I mean,
Did she want it? Like, why didn't she get offered TV? I guess is the other question.
yeah, that's the thing is Hollywood, especially this is before the Me Too movement, so we have to remember Hollywood was still treating women and is still was still treating women weirdly. And also Mira, I think at that time was considered like the hotter one, even though Lisa Kudrow is gorgeous. I just think Hollywood considered her like the
The
more,
sexier one?
yeah, she
Yeah.
was the one who's more bombshelly. So
Yeah.
maybe even after that one comedic role, Hollywood doesn't automatically, even if you're in one successful comedic thing, they don't. It takes them a while. Like they're slow. Hollywood is slow to realize you're good. You know, um, like I've said this a number of times. Denzel Washington is very funny, and he's had comedic moments in a lot of his movies. Um, but he said oftentimes he'd love to do comedies, but doesn't really get offered comedies.
I mean, same with John Hamm. John Hamm wanted to do comedy full time, and he keeps getting offered uh
Yeah, and John Hamm's hilarious. I like
hilarious.
him in comedic stuff.
Just kidding. I love John Hamm. I think John Hamm can do a lot of different things. He's back in the morning show. Also, wasn't this right around the time where what time she and Harvey Weinstein, we talked about the Me Too, when did they actually interact? I don't know.
Say it again.
When did her and Harvey Weinstein like have a falling out?
Her and Mira.
Yeah.
Oh God, probably the same time around early 2000s. I'm guessing.
So this probably correlates maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm making an assumption.
no, you're right. Weinstein, he was a big player, big player. People forget that when these studio execs and these studio heads, they're all friends and buddies, and they go to the same restaurants. Their kids go to the same schools. They're part of the same country clubs, and they talk. And so when you get blacklisted by one, they go and and someone else is go, oh, okay, I guess I'm hard to work with, that whole kind of thing. If Harvey had blacklisted, 25 actors and goes to his buddies and tells them, all these people are now difficult to work with, they're going to do the same thing. Which is probably a lot of things that were happening back then. So, her and Harvey have their thing. He puts her on the back burner. She doesn't get scripts. The scripts just don't get sent to the agent.
Right.
Whereas you might be getting 15 scripts a quarter, you're now getting 3.
Different.
A lot different. A lot different. But yeah, I for someone who had not seen that movie, who was expecting it to be funny, I laughed. It was super funny. I don't think it's funnier than Dumb and Dumber, but I still think it was awesome,
It
and
was very good.
it's very good.
Highly support it.
Say that again.
I highly support that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The sequel is being made right now, so we got to see what's going to happen with that.
I know. Oh boy.
Yeah. It's
Oh
bringing back
boy.
all the players. I want to see what they've done with the time jump, where they've picked up on the ladies.
Boy. Oof. Some of those people probably look rough.
Do you think they're going to go with the route of they're successful now and now they have new problems, or are they going
Well,
to go with
Lisa Kudrow's character marries Sandy, right?
most likely? Yeah.
So she
Or maybe they're
probably has
divorced.
kids. Maybe Romy and Michelle both have kids that they have to now help look cool at their high school reunion. I don't know what the plot is.
And neither do I. That's what I'm saying. Maybe her and Sandy got divorced. Maybe Sandy, like, the money went to his head and he was unfaithful.
Maybe.
You know?
I mean, not to distract from what I'm going to talk about, but like, did you see Happy Gilmore too?
No, 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 no. I want to. I'm a big fan of Happy Gilmore 1. I got to, that's the thing. I wanted the missus to see Happy Gilmore 1 before you see 2. So
Wait, we can talk about that another time. All right, moving on. So if you guys aren't alive and you didn't know that who Lauren Graham is, she did get her Hollywood star yesterday. So that big shout out to Lauren Graham. It's funny because I have just been rewatching Gilmore Girls, and I
oh.
realized through my Netflix history I never finished it. This is their 25-year reunion. It was produced in 2000. Yeah, yeah.
Gilmore Girls, one of the CW's flagship shows, coming off of the heels of Dawson's Creek.
Also, who had a read through this past week for charity
Yeah,
of the pilot episode.
literally Dawson's Creek, like, started that era, and then Gilmore Girls came in not too long after and carried it on.
Some fun facts about Gilmore Girls that we can talk about now on every episode because I love Gilmore Girls.
Every episode. Okay.
First of all, Lauren Graham was committed to another show when she auditioned for Gilmore Girls. That show got canceled, which is why she became the lead of Gilmore Girls.
Did she say what the show was?
Yeah. It was something that was supposed to be, it never aired. It never was produced.
But I mean, did she say anything about, like, what type of show? Was it another I mean, it was like another.
It was a comedy. It was another comedy.
Okay.
Melissa McCarthy, who was Suki, was not the original casting for that role. Oh gosh, I'm just blanking on her name. Hang on.
The missus is a big fan of Gilmore Girls.
Huh?
The missus is a fan of Gilmore Girls.
So good. How could you not be?
La, la, la.
La, 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 la. Darn it. Where is this thing I had pulled up?
Dang it.
The Melissa McCarthy role went to Paran. Who was the woman who she was what I find really interesting is that this group of actors kind of all find ways to work together all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing about Hollywood is there are a lot of actors who come up through certain ranks sometimes is a certain producer or a certain director will bring them back into things. They just kind of they circle back towards each other, and that's the fun thing, when you get to that place.
Liza Weil, who was Rory's best friend Paris, was actually auditioned for Rory first.
Oh.
Which I find really interesting. And then, darn.
What city are they in Gilmore Girls? Does it take place in?
It's like, it's called Stars Hollow, but it's based upon where the Amy Sherman Palladino visited a place in Connecticut and she built this fictional town called Stars Hollow.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was like Connecticut, New England,
yeah,
Northeastern. Okay.
Because they always reference like Vermont and Boston. It's somewhere on the East Coast. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Alex Borstein was supposed to play Suki St. James, but she was committed she was on Mad TV, and I guess the scheduling didn't work out. Like, that's the dream, folks. We just want to be double booked and
Yeah.
schedules conflicting. But I find that interesting. And also, Melissa McCarthy was pregnant 3 times on that show.
They do that thing where, like at the beginning of the season, you can see from the belt up. Then all of a sudden, you're only seeing them from chest up here.
No, she's not pregnant. The character's pregnant, but also Melissa McCarthy is pregnant on that show.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so funny. You know, I am so quick to be able to tell when they have changed an actress's framing because she's pregnant.
Interesting.
I notice it on a sitcom right away. I'm like, oh,
Really?
she's pregnant, because they go from, because it's so obvious the way they change the framing on pregnant women when they don't want, they're like they start wearing different clothes. There's more jackets, there's more things. Like all of a sudden they'll have a bag, and then they'll
Yeah.
just swoop, no more full body, chest up only.
But anyway, I just wanted to shout out to Lauren Graham. I think she's an amazing actor and amazing, just she's great to watch. If you haven't watched Gilmore Girls, if you haven't watched Parenthood, if you haven't watched, what else is she really famous for? She just had a show 2 years ago that premiered, like the Z Suite or something like that.
Sure.
Anyway, if you haven't watched Gilmore Girls, we can definitely make this a Gilmore Girls podcast and we can talk all about it.
When do you think Lauren Graham is going to, you think she's going to step into any big Hollywood franchises and have some franchise time?
That's a great question, Lauren.
I could see her popping into DC or Marvel very easily, in terms of like not being a superhero, but being any of the other like major peripheral characters, like, you know.
Yeah.
Easily.
I wouldn't be mad about that. I don't think she'd be mad about that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Like her and Scarlett Johansson, like shooting dinosaurs, maybe.
I think that'd be a great combo.
I could see that.
Her tongue-in-cheek banter with Scarlett Jo would be fantastic.
Yeah, right? Her and Scarlett is in a franchise or something like that.
Oh, we should wrap this up. Any final thoughts?
No, I think this was a good show. I think we stuck to the format pretty nicely.
I really enjoyed it personally. I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
I was very happy.
I always enjoy our shows. We have a good time.
I have a great time.
Yeah. They're only getting better. They're only getting tighter. I think we knocked it out the park, and hopefully eventually, maybe in the next year or so, that studio situation might matriculate and we can get some studio time.
Absolutely. And also, we're going to start having guests, which I think is fantastical because guests are great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Miss Allison, that's the show for today. That is it. That's the Odd Not Couple.
Yeah. May you have caviar bookings and champagne dreams.
Yes, everybody. Bye-bye, guys. Peace out.
Have a great week, y'all.